Alright guys, M.V.K here once again for the last recap slash review for the cartoons that aired Saturday for today. And this episode is episode 28 of the show Young Justice Invasion. This episode is entitled Earthlings. Yes, indeed. And for all of us out there that were wondering, are they going to go into some backstories of, certain things and aspects, as well as, what happened between certain relationships and things like that? We get our answer. We get some wishes in this, and it was very interesting to see. So, as always, the episode, the date, January 4th, on Planet Ran. And Superboy, Ms. Martian, and Beast Boy arrive on Ran with Adam Strange, and they are to halt the Corlanian invasion at its source. They realize that that's where those little alien creatures are coming from, and they are assisted by Dr. Sardath and his daughter Alania. And we see, the kind of, we see the basic, the affection that she shares for Adam Strange, which is really cool. What was also cool as well was when they arrived, the Randarians were speaking in their native tongue, so they couldn't understand them. So they had to. So Adam Strange was like, "Yeah, I know some phrases, but most of the time it's basically, playing charades, trying to figure out everything." So Ms. Martian basically linked them together so they can talk, and that was really interesting. Basically, we get a kind of in depth into like those 6 members of the Justice League are wanted all over the galaxy, and even if pretty much anybody that harbors Earthlings as well, that's another thing. So we get to see that in this episode. So the gang realizes that the aliens have a base of operations on the planet, and they're gonna go destroy it. And this is where we get to see a lot of things come together, especially when it became the next day, January 5th. So they go under disguise as well, but Adam Strange actually looks kind of like how he's supposed to look in the comics, except then instead of the helmet, it was like a hoodie, but he still had his rocket pack and things like that. That was really cool. I really enjoyed that. And that's where we really get to see some stuff. When they are able to almost officially complete their mission by destroying the means of the Corleans from getting back and forth to Earth, they being chased by them in these giant robots in the jungle. And that's where they split up, and that's when we started to hear some things. Alea learns from Superboy of Superboy and Ms. Martian's relationship, because she asks him, "You like her? You have affection for her?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's a long story and everything." And she was like, "I'm an alien from galaxies away. I can't tell anybody." So we learned that there's a reason why. It's learned that Superboy cannot age physically anymore. He can't. He's gonna stay that way the rest of his life. He's not immortal, but he's gonna stay that way. And it wasn't she who dumped him. He dumped her. And I was like, whoa, okay. That kind of makes a little sense, that he feels that he can't be with her in that manner of speaking, in a way. So in retrospect, that kind of as well is like, wow, okay, that's interesting. But then on the other side, with Beast Boy and Ms. Martian, while they were separated, we learned that Beast Boy, well, we all knew that was Garfield Logan. That's no question. We knew that. But we learned that his mother was killed by Queen Bee. When he was basically, he came to like a waterfall, like pond, and he started to remember something, and then we saw a glimpse of a car in the water, and Beast Boy kind of in his kind of human-like form, just green, and Ms. Martian came down and was like, "Garfield, I'm so sorry, I forgot." And so we got to see that Queen Bee killed his mother. So he pretty much, yeah, he's we can see why Ms. Martian, he calls Ms. Martian sis and things like that, and that was really good. The biggest thing was during the end of the episode where we saw Megan basically intercept, incapacitate one of the Krolanians, but almost like she lobotomized him, because what she did was, she was always saying that she can't read their minds because they're like so alien and things like that. But what she did was she literally lobotomized him, and he just went. You just saw drool coming out of his mouth and things like that. She probably went so telepathically deep into his mind. She found out. She found out what happened. She uncovers the truth about what what the Justice League did during those 16 hours of missing. And when Superboy saw that, he's like, McGann, what did you do? And she's like, no time. And like I just said, she finds out what happens those 16 hours with those 6 members of the Justice League when they were, those 16 hours when they were missing. So it kind of leaves us on a cliffhanger of what happened between that. What happened between that? What's going on? And hopefully we'll get some more inception of, you know, the whole 5-year gap, and we'll get to lead up to more of what happened later on with some certain other things, of course. But this was a still good episode, very good episode. It was really good to see them shine on Adam Strange like they did, and you know, Rand and everything like that. Episode 29 is called Alienated, and that's going to air this Saturday, which I'm looking forward to seeing. It's still good, guys. It's not bad. Even like I said, the way they explained some things like that, now I'm more like, okay, all right, I'm cool with the whole 5-year gap now. But other than that, this was a good episode nonetheless. Episode 28, entitled Earthlings. You guys tell me what you thought about this episode, and as of right now, this is the final recap / review for today. I will be back tomorrow to finish off, or so to speak, the other shows that came on, including Legends of Korra, Transformers Prime, The Avengers, of course, and yes, even Ultimate Spider-Man. But other than that, you guys take care.